If you could have added any collie, dog or bitch to your breeding program, past or present, which collie would that be and why?
Oh my goodness, that's an awful question.
Well, you can think, Pat.
I could think of a couple.
Well, between you and I, there's quite a few dogs that I saw.
Oh, it's between you, I, and everybody watching.
Well, right.
But I don't want to. I'm not going to give you
we'll
names.
keep it a
I'm not going to.
secret.
No, because I'm
on.
not giving you names. I'm going to hit you with my chair. Anyway, the reason being, yes, there were several dogs years ago that I thought were magnificent, but I've been around a long time and I knew what were in the pedigrees. So therefore, I did not incorporate them into the breeding program. If you look at our pedigrees, they go back to mainly Parader type stock. And so as far as if I could, I refuse to name that because, no.
You sidestepped the question.
Well, because there were some beautiful dogs, but I always looked at pedigrees. I've always been a breeder. I've never bred to a dog because it's a big winner. I've wanted to look at what's behind that pedigree.
Okay, so ignore the pedigree. Tell us in your past, other breeders' programs, some standout dogs that you remember. I'm going to change the question on you.
I guess to me as a kid it was Parader. And because at the time the breed needed what he was producing. Like I said, the substance, the bone, the coat, soundness. I personally think Debbie Holland has produced some gorgeous dogs, and my hat's off to her. I think Overland has a tremendous breeding program. But again, if you ask me why I haven't, it's I want to stay with the look I have, and I find it very difficult to find. Every time we've gone out, I've been fortunate, I've frozen semen, I've been able to come back in. Because it's so easy to lose those fronts. It's so easy to lose those classic headpieces. Or what I've seen a lot now is there's a lot of gay tails in the breed, and I truly don't know where it's coming from. But boy, I've judged some shows and I've gone, wow, even the bitches have gay tails, But, so yeah, I've seen some beautiful dogs that I've admired a lot, and they've beat me. Believe me. The Gambit girls have produced some beautiful looking dogs. Aurelius is out and they're winning all over the place. So there's lots of lovely dogs out, but again, I've always been a breeder and I'm conscious of pedigrees. And there's certain things I won't go back into because I know they produce problems, and I've tried real hard not to go back into stuff that I can avoid.
Cindy, as a handler, you've been out and you've seen the top dogs in the country over, I won't age you and say how many years. Are there any dogs or bitches over time that you thought were absolute standouts in the breed? I'm going to put somebody on the spot. I'm telling you. Somebody's going to answer my question.
You've handled some beautiful animals.
I have. And to this day, I have some beautiful. Larkspur, where Trish started and came from, Trish Blakely has some beautiful dogs. You want to talk about an honest breeder? And my mom is one of the most honest breeders, not just because she's my mother, but because I've seen it, I've been there, I've lived it with her.
Yeah.
Trish Blakely is another one recently who has come up with some issues, and she's been upfront and honest, did the same thing my mom did, called the breeders, and I was directly involved with that. Besides showing, Heather and I had purchased a bitch to bring in. She was a perfect type style to breed, and anyway, but I will say Trish Blakely has some beautiful dogs and bitches. Debbie Holland, I will never forget the blue bitch that won the national here in Sacramento.
Champagne shower.
She was beautiful.
Oh,
stunning.
Beautiful.
I would have stolen her in a heartbeat.
Wasn't she from Japan?
She was
Sally's.
Sally's.
But she
I gotta tell you,
Sally's.
have they not cloned these dogs?
Oh,
Boy.
beautiful bitches coming out of that.
And another dog of theirs I loved was the fleur-de-lis dog.
Right, the fleur-de-lis.
Yeah. Oh, he was beautiful. And actually reminded me a lot, headwise, of Strike It Rich somewhat.
Mm-hmm. But that's that breeding that you're talking, that they are breeding for the look. Sally, she's
Yeah.
a coach.
They're stamping that look down the line.
That look
Yeah.
is stamped. And
Yeah.
you know, you look at those dogs, then you go to the pedigree and you say, well, you can see why that is happening.
A line bred system. Yeah.
And of course, I was fortunate enough to be able to stand on Cinnamon's lead.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I would be, to say that bitch was not my all-time favorite, I would be nuts. She had her faults,
Boy, was she a
but
show dog.
she
though.
had
Oh my
the
God.
full package.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my national with her, my first national with her. I didn't even make the cut with her. I was in tears in that ring. And the person that came up to me was Janine Walker-Keith, outside of the ring. You don't stop showing that bitch. You stand there and you be proud. And I was.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a blow.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that bitch was, what she did for the Collie breed, and she was an honest bitch. She won on her merit.
But that's it. You're supposed to look at those virtues. And I think too often people go into this in their fault finding. Well,
There we go.
you said it.
Yeah.
Every dog has their faults.
Absolutely.
But you have to take those virtues and say, but look at what they've got.
Yeah.
So, and that's what you do when you handle.
Well, and not every dog is the same. And this is what a lot of people don't get as a handler. You have to know each dog. You have to know their faults and you have to know their virtues. If there is one thing, besides my children, that I could say I
got that
do
brownie
and
point
I
in.
did really well is handle. I just have the knack.
She's
And
our
Cindy
handler in
is-
there.
Right.
She's the breeder. She
No.
will continue on.
Cindy
I
can
have-
take a dog she doesn't know, they've never met her, and they just want to perform for her.
Yeah.
Well,
If
let's,
there's something.
right, let's interject. She's got that knack, the dogs.
Yeah.
The dogs
Yeah.
tune into you.